I'm going to teach you how to play the chords for Bamboleo by Gipsy Kings. I'll give you both a simplified version for beginners and a normal version much closer to the original. Let's start with the simple version. You'll need to master open chords before you attempt this one. Here's the simplified chords for the iconic intro. We have E minor 7 and E minor 6. To change from one to the other, we're just going to move our pinky and keep the rest of the position in place. You can try this alternative fingering as well. It's not necessarily easier, but try it for yourself and see what feels best to you. Let's take a look at what the right hand does. It's like a Brazilian rhythm where we combine the thumb playing the open 6th string and the rest of the fingers playing the chord. So prepare your thumb on the 6th string and the fingers on the 4th, 3rd and 2nd string like this. Make sure to move your fingers, all of them at once. Imagine you have a bandage holding them together like when you injure a finger. Otherwise it will sound like... We'll break it down into two parts. So the first part would be... Again. And the second part... Also, you want to mute the strings to get the staccato feel. We do that by placing our fingers on the strings again to stop them vibrating. I'll do it slowly. So when we put all of this together, we get this. Then we play that 4 times and we get the intro. Now let's see the chords for the verse. We have the good old E minor. Alternatively, you can use this voicing of E minor 9. Then we have B7. And alternatively, you can use this other voicing, which is even easier. Then we have C, the good old C. And you can also do this voicing if you want a beefier sound. For the right hand, you can use any flamenco rumba pattern that you know, if any, and it will sound just fine. But I'm going to teach you a simple one that basically sounds just like the original, minus the golpes. Meaning with this one we don't tap the guitar top with our fingers, which makes it a little bit easier. It sounds like this. So mute the strings with your left hand so they don't vibrate. We're focusing on the right hand only for now. So the pattern has 8 steps which make one full cycle. Step 1 is down with the thumb. Step 2, up with the thumb. Step 3, down with the fingers. And step 4, up with the thumb again. So these are the first 4 steps. Step 5 is cover the strings like this. Step 6 is up with the fingers. From this position, up with the fingers. And step 7 is down with the fingers, but this time we leave the thumb on the 6th string like this for better stability. And step 8 is up with the index. So the last 4 steps are... Once you can play the 8 steps together, you've got one cycle. Now you want to work on looping this cycle fluently. So start slowly, and once you can keep a steady tempo without awkward pauses, you increase the speed a little bit. And keep doing that until you get to a decent tempo and it feels automatic, like you don't have to think about it. If you want to understand better how the rumba rhythm works, check out the tutorial on my channel. It's called Why Your Rumba Sounds Wrong, or something like that. Okay, so now we have the chords and the right hand pattern, so let's put them together to play the verse. By the way, you have to understand that this kind of music often doesn't have a rigid structure. This is not meant to be written down. This is meant to be played at a party setting, where the singer may want to take a sip of their drink, or the guitar player may feel like adding a guitar fill, so everyone has to pay attention to what's happening and adapt accordingly. For a guitar player, this basically means just follow the singer. Hold the chord if the singer is delaying the melody, etc. It's a lot easier than it sounds once you get how the melody fits with the chords. I'm not saying they improvised it for the album, I'm just saying the structure kind of reflects that mindset, and you'll see that there's a couple moments where they add or remove bars when repeating a section. So I'm just going to give you a basic structure. If you'll be singing while playing, you can kind of make it up as you go. But if you're playing along the original or accompanying a singer, you just have to follow them. We're going to use a capo on the 2nd fret to play it in the original key. If you've never used a capo, it's exactly the same, just imagine you cut your guitar's neck off at the 2nd fret. So for each chord, we're going to play one cycle of the right hand pattern. Here's the verse. So that's one verse. Then we repeat the verse, but like I said in the original, there's a few minor changes in the repetition, but the main difference is at the end, where we hold B7, and instead of going to E minor, we do this rasgueo. This is a simplified version of the original. So we hear... I'll break it down for you. So we do the first downstroke, the step 1 of the right hand pattern, and then we do this. I'm just going down with the fingers and up with the thumb. And then what I do is I think of it as groups of 3 and I accentuate the first stroke of each group. So the whole thing sounds like this. Here's the chords for the chorus. E minor we've already seen, then we have A minor, and alternatively you can do A minor 7, and B7 we've already seen. Here's the chorus. Here's the chords for the bridge. E minor we've already seen, A minor we've already seen, then we have D. You can also do D7. And alternatively you can use this other voicing for D7. It's a bit more advanced, but this one is really typical in flamenco. Then we have G. And if you're a bit more advanced, you can try this G major 7. You have to mute the 5th string with the 2nd finger. Then C and V7 we've already seen. Here's the bridge. Here's the last chorus and the ending. So for this part, it's the same concept as the rasgueo that we saw at the end of the verse. So we're here. I'll do it slower. Once you learn all of this, you're good to go. Now I'm going to teach you the more advanced way of playing this song, aka the original version. I'm not going over the whole thing again, I'll just show you the changes that we'll introduce. If you're not yet familiar with playing rumba, stick to the easier version for now, and when you're completely comfortable with it, you can come back to this video and learn the normal version. So the first change we'll introduce is the chord voicing for the intro. We'll do this one instead. Now the right hand pattern we used in the easier version didn't include the golpes, the percussion with the guitar top. This makes it somewhat harder, but if you want to be 100% accurate to the original, here's how it's done. It's the same pattern, but we'll add some tapping on the guitar top. Make sure you have some protection. You can see it because it's transparent, maybe with the light, but make sure you have some protection on the guitar top, otherwise you'll mess up the varnish. So the first tap that we'll add is with the first downstroke, we'll do this. Can be a bit tricky at first, but once you learn it, it will feel like second nature, and you'll use this one a lot in flamenco. The second tap that we'll add is at when covering the strings. Instead of just covering them, we'll hit the guitar top as well. This one is as easy as it comes. And the last tap that we'll do is at the 7th step. Instead of just resting the thumb on the 6th string, we'll do a tapping here at the same time. We still go down with the fingers, but at the same time we do the tapping with the thumb. I'll play everything for you. This variant is nice, especially when you're not playing with a percussionist. Also, there's this cool guitar feel in the verse that you can add. So, really slowly. Now let's upgrade the rasgueo feel that goes at the end of the verse before the chorus. This technique is called rasgueo de abanico. Abanico is one of those paper fans, and it's called like that because the technique just looks like you're using one of those. It has 3 steps. Step 1, up with the thumb. Step 2, down with the fingers, with these 2 fingers. So step 1, step 2, and step 3 is down with the thumb. Make sure when you go down with the fingers, you don't go down with the whole hand like this, because you'll need the thumb ready to go on the 6th string for the next step. Then we loop these 3 steps to get that effect. You want to accentuate 1 out of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The thing with this technique is that when you practice it slow, the fingers do most of the work, but when you reach a certain speed, it's just moving the forearm like this, like a windmill. And with these variations, you can pretty much play it just like the original. You can accompany yourself or someone else singing, but if like me your singing sounds like shit and you don't have a friend who can sing, you may want to learn the melody yourself on the guitar. This way you can play it with a backing track or with a friend accompanying you. Just send them this tutorial for the chords. This melody can be made beginner friendly, as you can play it with your thumb if you haven't mastered picado yet. You'll just need some sense of rhythm to make it work. If you want to learn the melody on the guitar, subscribe free to my newsletter at flamencoaddict.com and reply to any one of the emails you'll receive from me with the word Bamboleo. You'll automatically receive the tutorial in your inbox in a few minutes. If you're already subscribed, it works just the same. Just send me an email with the word Bamboleo. By the way, the moment you subscribe, you'll receive a 10-minute video with 3 tips that I wish I knew when I was starting out. If you're a beginner, you may want to watch that as well. That's all for today. Have a good one.